Coming at you from Tokyo, Japan, my name is Dave and this is my Altezza. So what happened was, I pulled all the injectors out to clean them and then realized that the seals were no good. They're all cracked. So in the interim, while I was waiting for the new seals to arrive, I just left this sitting here as you see it now. The fuel tank pressurized and started pumping petrol out of here. So much so that it soaked the rag and filled the cylinder to the point that it was coming out of these. It filled up my vacuum block, was dripping out of my ISCV, so I've pulled all that apart. What I haven't checked yet is whether my exhaust is also full of gas. Well, the saga continues out here. I now have to open up the exhaust to check. I mean, I'm sure there's gasoline in there, or at least there was, but check to see if there's any still in it. I don't want to jack it up from the back, because if I do that and there's any petrol in there, it'll run to the front, and I don't want to jack it up from the front because then it'll all run to the back. So I'm going to go in from the side. That's the plan anyway, but first I have to move the van so that I can get the Altezza onto the concrete for a safe place to jack it up. That also means pushing the Altezza. As you can probably hear, I'm not 100% right now. Good thing I've got such a lightweight vehicle. Before we do any of that though, let's check the status in here. What are we actually looking at? Have we got a massive mess to clean up? It does smell like gas in here. Gas. Petrol. It doesn't smell like gas at all. It smells like petrol. This is interesting. I have to show you this. If you remember, I did drop a wrench. Actually, I don't know whether that was on camera. We'll find out when I edit, but it was completely submerged. But now the wrench is clearly not submerged, so I guess the gasoline that was in here has evaporated out, which is good, I suppose. Makes getting the wrench easier. Perfect. Okay, that can stay there. I'll kick that later. I don't even remember what I did under here. Have I got the... Oh, I got the drain plug in. Cool. Don't appear to have any leaking going on here, and there's no visible puddles of petrol under here at all. I'm actually kind of thinking of using this rather than the floor jack because I can go right on the sill with it properly, but I want to use these. I have to be able to jack up the car enough that I'll be able to get under it. I'm not sure whether that's going to go up high enough to even do that. Really, probably shouldn't be doing this in my current condition, but it's not going to get done if I don't, and certainly not going to get done on time if I don't. These TRD side steps make things a little bit more complicated. Much easier if you've got a glove. This kind of hurts. Just use your sleeve, mate. Stop being a sook and use your sleeve. Can I get under there? Probably not, no. I wonder if the brick will work at this point. Nope. So it's not really high enough to do anything with. I can't get under the car with just that. Another thing that I've just noticed, because I've done this, now, that's the catalytic converter there. It's actually now a high point, and the best place to undo this is probably going to be over there on that joint, but that's got a special gasket. So there's no way in hell I'm undoing that. But yeah, this isn't going to work, so I'm going to have to lower it back down again and use a floor jack. I'll go off this point here. Bit disappointing, bit time wasting, but you get that on these big jobs. Now, this is a 1.5 ton aluminium racing jack from Astro Products. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll be able to get that out of there now. So, rotate this on the wheels. Probably not advisable. Do not try that at home. Probably not supposed to do that. That's as high as that jack goes, but it is high enough. And the beauty of that is that with the brakes on, there's no way that can actually go anywhere. The car's not going to crush the brick, right? I'm happy to report there's no leaks under here, except for this, whatever that is. No leaks under here except for this. No idea what that is. Grease of some description. I am actually under here. The bottom of the car's touching my belly, but that's okay. I just need to be able to reach these bolts, which I can. You can see the tuning shop did a good job of putting this bung on. That's the one HKS did, and that's theirs. Much nicer. If there is any gasoline in there, there can't be much because I can't hear it sloshing. Like, I'd expect to see like 500 mils or something in there, which I'm not. I'm talking too much. I'm just procrastinating. Like 12 minutes of me just talking. Go get the tools, Dave. Shit. Give it a smack down. Thank you to Mark for the wrenches. Except this wrench doesn't fit onto this bolt because of the shape of that. Is this? That's sticky shit. That's probably from my finger earlier. Whoa. Give the camera a punch. Sticky shit from my fingers earlier. That doesn't sound suspect at all, does it? Now, someone the other day was saying, I don't like... Well, alright, leave it like that then. Someone the other day I was talking to said they don't like hoodies. Look at this. It's like a pillow. I can go to sleep like this. Why don't you like hoodies? And why is there a red mark on the... marked for death. Why do you think there's a red mark there? Some Bible prophecy, maybe. Some Old Testament shit's about to go down. I don't smell gas. I don't smell petrol either. I don't know why I keep calling it gas. I'm Australian. Gas. It's not gasoline. It's not a gas, though. It's a liquid. A liquid petroleum. It's petrol. That's not wet at all. Alright, so I got that like that, and I'm fingering in here, and that's not wet, and I don't think it ever has been. It's black and crusty, but it's not wet. Have a go at this tyre. She's a bit flat, mate. I guess I should probably check my tyre pressure. Yes, I was already on a quest. I'm going to Garage K. This will have nothing in it, probably. Oh yeah, look, it's like 16 in it. So I've got a leak here somewhere. It's not one thing, it's another. I just want to enjoy the car for 5 minutes without something breaking on it. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, yes it is. Yeah, I'm procrastinating again. That is what I'm doing, yes. And of course, this jack doesn't go up high enough for this bit. What I'm about to do is a shade on the sketchy side, but yeah, I'll stay on the safe side of the sketchy side. How about that? Well, you probably couldn't even see me because of the sun just then, but yeah, I'll just do that and do a voiceover because I'm not saying that again. So what are you doing that's so sketchy? Well, the jack stand on that side's not really doing anything. It's there. The brick's not doing anything either, but on this side I got a jack stand and the brick under the tyre. So if it was to fall, that side would fall, and it might be painful, but it won't fall the whole way off, is my hope. I don't know, man, feels pretty dry. I guess I need to take the O2 sensor out. I was hoping not to do that, but it's probably the safest thing to do, isn't it? At the very least, undo the bung, stick my finger in there and have a feel around. How many million... Oh shit, oh that sucked. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that to let go. That just hurt my shoulder pretty bad. Put my finger in there. Finger doesn't smell like gas or petrol for that matter. Let's have a look at the O2 sensor real quick. That wasn't on very tight, which is nice. Like, if that had been wet with gasoline, it'd be clean. And it's clearly not, so I don't think any petrol's been in here at all. Dip this in there. If it comes out wet, then there's petrol in there. If it comes out dry, well then, I still don't know for sure, but that's one less test. When we tilted it up from the side, if there was fuel sitting at the top, it would have gone over here, and then you'd think that it would have run down the headers into the collector and then continued going that way. Now if we go horizontal, you can see that in the end it does actually come back up again. So if there was fuel, it'd be sitting down in that area there. I honestly don't think there's fuel in it. I don't know how I avoided that, not a f***ing clue. Get this PCV delete hose out of here. So that's one out, that's two, that's three, that's four. And of course it wouldn't be a Garage K episode without a flat battery. I've decided that it's probably a good idea to pull the plugs and actually double check the best I can that there's no fuel sitting on anything. That's number one. Two, get out of there. Three, 4 plug socket. I have got new plugs, but I won't be putting them in yet. What do they look like? I mean, that's not wet. It might have been previously. Doesn't look good though, does it? That one's wet. Well, number 3 is really wet. And that's not wet either. Yeah, I don't know what that really accomplished. I was hoping that the rush of air down in there would push out any remaining gasoline, but I mean, it might have pushed it sideways, who knows. Either way, oh, that plug's now on the ground. I'm gonna put these back in so that I can use their sealing capabilities to create compression to push air through the engine, but I probably won't use them to drive anywhere with. I'm just out here constantly talking to myself. We've got no injectors, there's no coils in there, there's no chance of it ever starting like this, even if there is fuel present. Now I'm counting on you to watch that and tell me if any gasoline comes out. A little bit of rotation won't hurt it. Any petrol? It doesn't look like it. I reckon we might be okay. We're probably alright. Probably fine. I got this. Not even sure what it is, but the cool thing about it is it's predictable. Like, if I rotate it, I can get it to go where I want, yeah? So I'm gonna poke that into the pipe and try to get it on the bottom of that dip. And then if it comes out wet, I know that there's petrol in there. If it comes out dry, that I know there's no petrol in there.
Many minutes later.
That was fairly convincing. Like, either there's a minuscule amount in there that I just didn't contact, or there's none in there and there never was. So I think we're good to go. Anyway, I need to get to the parts shop, get my parts, come back and then start putting this thing back together. Will I do that today? I don't know. Depends how quickly I can get back, but the sun's gonna go down, and as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature drops. If the tent was still a thing, then I could put a heater in here and keep working, but that's not an option. So the test fire might have, oh geez, don't say fire. The test run might have to wait until tomorrow. I probably won't get back till 4. That sun's low in the sky, but I'm procrastinating a little bit as well. I could poke a hose, Pocahontas. Now I'm counting on you to watch that and then tell me. Fuck. I'm counting on you to watch that